Okay, I'm just sitting on the bike here for a minute. And this time of year I know is really hard for a lot of people. Like there's a lot of emotions that come up here that could be either lifting you or dropping you. And not to mention there's a lot more consumption of sugar and probably alcohol at this time of year for a lot of people. And that is definitely not helping the situation. So speaking about overwhelm and not feeling 100% at this time of year, or maybe you're feeling down, a bit anxious, a bit depressed. And I was talking with a client of mine who had just booked to go away on this retreat, a fitness ranch, dreamy. So she was leading up to it. She's she's got a high level job, a lot of responsibility, a lot of people relying on her, plus a family. So she was kind of dreading it because she knew they were going to be doing hours of working out every day. She got there, and that first night, so they did all these classes, and the first night she said she went to bed early. She felt exhausted, but physiologically exhausted. So they stayed for a few days, came back, and she felt like it was the best thing that she could have done, even though when you're overwhelmed, when you're tired, when you're down, I'm not saying she was down, but she was exhausted and overwhelmed from pressure, external pressure. The hardest thing to do is to do something in that moment because you're like, what? The world wants more from me? So she came back completely revitalized. Why? Because exercise is queen. There's nothing better in all these clinical trials, all of the data, even for Alzheimer's, dementia, anxiety, depression, exercise, dance, lifting weights, cardio, yoga, those all present better than any medication. And I'm not saying that medication doesn't have a place. That is not my platform. However, you don't stand a chance. Like Jim Carrey said, if you don't consume the right kind of foods, the right kind of content, who you surround yourself with, how you move your body, how you use your brain, you don't really stand a chance. So if you are feeling like you don't have the energy, you just need to get yourself out of that state, that inertia. Get yourself into movement. Honestly, it will change everything. And if your mind is going down a path, it's not going to redirect without some form of intervention. And maybe that means a walk with a friend that's nurturing you. Maybe that means getting out on your own in nature, or going to the gym and getting on the bike, putting your head down and bawling your eyes out. And you can come here and cry too, because we cry all the time here. Anyway, I wanted to speak to that because what is counterintuitive when we're feeling a bit down, a bit depressed, or overwhelmed, or anxious, the last thing we want to do is get on a bike, or get under a bar, or pull a weight down, whatever it is that you choose as your medium. It's not really what we're thinking, but it is what will create change. So get out there, get moving. I'm going to finish here. I'm going to do some intervals here. Also, one more piece to this. 1 minute, 5 times a day of high intensity. And that's all levels. So the study, I think, was over 2 years with 2,000 participants. And it took everybody from post-cardiac care to athletes, to people that train all the time. And the metric is 5 times 1 minute at 90% of your effort. Now, 90% for some people could be that you're like walking from the car into the grocery store. That could get you to 90. Somebody else could be doing sprints on the rower. Somebody could be doing burpees or jumping jacks. Getting yourself there 5 times for 1 minute each day can drastically change, improve longevity by 20 years, I think the actual data suggests. So it doesn't have to be hours a day. It could be short and quick. 1 minute is going to outperform. They say that the impact of that is like equivocal to 8 minutes of moderate. So if I sit here for 8 minutes moderately, I'd be better to crank it in for 1 full minute and just hammer it out. So it doesn't have to take you long either. I hope this lands for you. There's a lot in here. I just wanted to speak to it because it matters a lot to me how you feel. This is what my whole platform in life is. I want you to feel better after listening to a post. I want you to feel that there's resources. I want you to know you have every single thing right there inside of you. But do you have to do it alone? No, you don't. So I have a school community as part of the subscription. If you're not ready to jump into the subscription, let me know and I can put you into the school community. And we're starting to build some momentum there. People are starting to chat. And I'm posting about things that I care about that might not always find its way onto YouTube or onto the socials. So you don't have to do it alone, but you also do have everything you need right there inside of you. Have a beautiful day. Happy Friday.